Just a quick announcement. As you may notice, if you need to use restrooms or signs on the doors out of service, there actually is water, but not a lot of it. So please be mindful if you do use the restrooms. And there's one outdoors as well that you can use. So good afternoon. My name is Tim Boeve, and together with Jane Castleman and Devorah Kelley, we'll be presenting the service this afternoon. Please take a moment, if you haven't already, to silence your cell phones before we begin. Thank you for that. Today's service is a unique service. For example, instead of passing our offering baskets, we ask that you drop your offering and pledges in the baskets by the door as you leave today. The slide on the screen tells you where our basket offering is going this month, so you're aware of that. Another shift from our usual practice is with our sharing of joys and sorrows. When we come to that part of the service, instead of sharing our joys and sorrows out loud as we ordinarily do, we're just going to keep those and hold those in our hearts, and we'll be singing a chorus that is very appropriate for that time. "O Lord, hear my prayer," and you can translate Lord in your own mind as ever you like. These changes, along with other parts of our time together, are all aspects of what we are calling a contemplative service. And the style of this particular contemplative service is in accord with what are known as Taize services. Momentarily, Jane will discuss and describe what a Taize service is and how these worldwide contemplative and ecumenical services have come about. For our message today, we will incorporate the elements of a typical Taize service, which follows the outline of a musical chant that our musicians will play through once, and then we'll repeat that musical chant several times. They're very simple to learn, and the words will be here and also in the bulletin that was handed to you. Following the singing of these chants, there's going to be a longer than usual period of silence than we typically have experienced here at the fellowship. And by longer, I mean 3 minutes. And if you've not sat silently for 3 minutes in a crowd, it's going to seem like an eternity. But it's not, and I have a timer, and I'll make sure that we end. I'll begin it with a ringing of a bell, and we'll end the silence with another ringing of the bell. Why a longer period of silence? Well, really, it's an opportunity for all of us to sink more deeply into ourselves. We don't give ourselves that gift very often, I would say, in our modern world with so many distractions and whatnot. So this is an opportunity to really sit with that silence. And while you're doing that, you can either follow your breath, as Matt has taught us how to do on many occasions. You can say a mantra in your mind, like, "I am a loving person," and just repeat that over and over. Also, there'll be an image on the monitors that you can look at, if you prefer, with a couple of words that you can use as a way of contemplating what you want to think about. Now, each of these 3 periods of silence will be followed by a brief reading. And so that's basically the style of them. And we'll do this pattern 3 times for our message today. The words for the musical chants are in your bulletin. I may have mentioned that already. And if you don't have one, they're also going to be up on the monitor. And again, there'll be very simple choruses. And Michael, and I'm sorry I don't know, Areli will play them through for us, and then we'll just repeat them as the Spirit leads, so to speak, or as one of us does. Now, one final word before Jane comes to the mic. Personally, I've participated in scores of Taize services in my life, and I found them to be very meaningful for me. Along with Devorah and Jane, it is our hope as you participate with us that you will find this to be true for yourselves. And with that, I welcome you to our LCUUF Sunday service. May this contemplative end-of-the-year service feed your spirit and give you hope for the coming year.
And may you find solace, understanding, and connection in our shared journey today.
Welcome again. It is so lovely to see a full house here. And I've got some people here that I haven't seen for quite a while, so thanks to all of you for coming. So this is a time when we're going to give a special welcome to our visitors. If you're here for the first time, or you've returned or reconnected with us after a long absence, we invite you to say your name and tell us where you're from. If you're on Zoom, please introduce yourself in the chat, and Kate will read your name out here, and Tim's going to pass the mic. So do we have any visitors? I know we do.
Stand. Oh, yeah. My name is Wiley. My husband, Robbie. We're from Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're here for 3 months.
Welcome.
Maybe longer.
Welcome to both of you.
There's one here, Tim.
Hi, my name is Rita. I attend River Road Unitarian Church in Bethesda, Maryland, and I'm here visiting Joni, a 30-year friend.
Welcome, Rita.
Hyacinth Miller from north of Toronto in Ontario, Canada, and I'm here for 2 months, and it's wonderful to be back.
Welcome, Hyacinth.
Welcome.
My name is Emily Blattman Costello, and I live in Ahahik. We moved here from New Hampshire a couple of months ago, so, but, thank you. You can't hear me? Can you hear me now? I'm Emily Blattman Costello. I live in Ahahik. We moved here from New Hampshire last month, and we're here permanently.
Welcome. Any other visitors? Okay, Kate, are there any visitors on Zoom today?
We have, oh, no, sorry, there are not.
No visitors on Zoom, okay. Well, a big welcome to all of our visitors and returnees who are here this afternoon with us. And here at LCUUF, if you don't already know this, we offer a wide variety, today's a good example, of services on various topics presented by our minister, Reverend Matt Alspa, outside speakers, and people who are part of the fellowship. So we hope that you'll return again and again for this, to sample this variety of thoughts and belief. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jane.
Oh, am I on? Yeah, good. Well, perhaps you're wondering why we've chosen this Taize service to end our year. And I would say this, 2024 has been a painful year, yes. Fraught with divisiveness, enmity, discouragement, which dishearten us as we look forward to the coming year. So what might we here offer to put into perspective this alienation from many of our fellow travelers on this planet, and lead us into the new year with hope of reconciliation? Let's take a moment to see what brought us to this moment in history, the arc of history over the last 100 years. World War I ended, but unresolved tensions remained, leading to the rise of fascism in Europe, militarism in Japan, which led to World War II. And after the Allies won World War II, the balance of power did indeed shift away from the axis of fascism. But did reconciliation really occur? The rise of the Cold War says not. So returning to the beginning of the 1940s and World War II, we come upon the story of Roger Schutz, now known as Brother Roger, the youngest child of a Protestant pastor from Switzerland and his wife, a Huguenot from France. And Huguenots were French Protestants who were persecuted for centuries for practicing their faith in a Catholic country. In my youth, writes Brother Roger, I was astonished to see how Christians, who nevertheless live from a God of love, use so much energy to justify their separations. So I said to myself that it was essential to create a community where people search to understand one another and to be reconciled with one another always. And through this, to render visible a small parable of communion. In 1940, I was protected from learning what was happening in the world beyond my family, and many of you were not yet born. Now I know that in those awful years, those ghastly years, Germany's defeat of France divided France into zones. That occupied by German troops, Vichy France, an authoritarian French regime that collaborated with Nazi Germany, enacted laws that defined who was Jewish, confiscated Jewish-owned property, prohibited certain occupations to Jews, much more and much worse. The southeast corner of France remained unoccupied, but not unaffected. And this awoke Brother Roger's sympathy. He began to feel called to serve those suffering from the conflict, as his maternal grandmother had done during World War I. He wrote, "If a house could be found of the kind I had dreamed, it would offer a possible way of assisting some of those most discouraged, those deprived of a livelihood, and it could become a place of silence and work." He left his doctorate unfinished and began to search for a home to welcome those searching for a place where they could plumb the depths of their questions, cry out their suffering, and share their hopes, and to become makers of peace. He eventually settled in Taize, a town located in unoccupied southern France, only miles from the demarcation line that separated Vichy France, separated it from Vichy France. His home became a sanctuary to countless war refugees seeking shelter. In the autumn of 1944, France was liberated from German occupation. Young Germans from an organization created to nourish reconciliation assumed the work of building the Taize Community Church for this ecumenical Christian monastic community. Now, ecumenism comes from the Greek word oikumene, meaning the whole inhabited world. Ecumenism is a way of living that dares to think globally and live trustfully with differences in community. And I'm quoting that from the Vatican website. Beginning in the 1950s, thousands of young adults from many countries found their way to Taize to take part in weekly meetings of prayer and reflection. "We have come here to search," Brother Roger said, "or to go on searching through silence and prayer to get in touch with our inner life." To meet their spiritual hunger, He developed a style of worship and singing that was suited to pilgrims hailing from many different countries and speaking different languages. Because Taize songs have few words and are repeated multiple times, it's easy to sing them even if you don't speak the language or aren't particularly musical. And over the years, the liturgy at Taize became both increasingly simple and more deeply rooted in the monastic traditions of chant and contemplation. In the spirit of ecumenism, you will find in today's service pieces from many sources. Come, let us worship together.
Please join us in singing as we continue to light the candles. The words are up here. One more. Rise above flame by thy glory, bring to us beauty, vision, and joy.
As we join in singing now, O Lord, hear my prayer, we will light this candle from our care team that today represents all those joys and sorrows that we hold in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. Our musicians will play through the chorus once, and then we'll again repeat this chorus several times. Oh, Lord. Let us share a moment of silence.
So now we're going to, I need the mic on. Okay, so now we're going to sing a song in Latin. It's Ubi Caritas, which means where charity and love are, God is there. So Michael and Areli will play it through once, as they have been, and then we'll sing it several times. It's only 2 lines, so we may sing it a little bit longer than we did the others. And the words, again, are on the screen and in your order of service. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep.
famous last words. Right.
When the evening breeze ruffled the leaves in the half-light, I felt the greatness in the air, just standing there. The quietness absorbed all thoughts and carried me away to another place. The quietness absorbed all thoughts and carried me away to another place. A place where everything was all right, with no need for night. And in that moment, I knew that everything that had happened or was going to be was down to me, just me. The breeze carried the sorrow away into the clouds that slid over the trees unexpectedly and left me alone.
When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. "It's simple," they say, "and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine." May it be so.
May we be inspired to unite with the spirit of Taize for the work of mending the fabric of our shared world is sacred work. We affirm that every step toward understanding and unity strengthens the bonds that hold us all. Let us join this path and make this journey with open hearts, trusting that even the smallest act of grace can ripple outward, transforming us and the planet we share. Let us extinguish our chalice with these words, which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world.
One more change from our usual way of ending a service, and much gratitude to you all for the spirit in which you've joined us in this service of contemplation, and I hope it's been meaningful for you as it has been for us. So, our closing chorus is "Shalom, my friends," and we're going to rise together as you're able to do so and willing, and not just in one place, but we're going to make a big circle around the sanctuary so we can see each other. So if you are able to begin to move, and the musicians can start playing the chorus for us a little bit. Yeah, rise as you're willing and able. If it's too hard, you can stay where you are, and we'll sing right to you. You guys want to play it through for us? We're going to sing this chorus through twice. And while we're doing that, you can look at each other. If you might, the words are pretty easy. And for people on Zoom, Bob, if you all put on the, so you can see each other while you're, and if you want to unmute yourselves and sing with us on Zoom, feel free to do so. So we're going to sing it through twice. We'll sing this chorus through twice. It's a good, so, and you guys ready? Together. Shalom, my friend, shalom, my friend, shalom, shalom.
meet again. Shalom. Shalom.